Let's go! Why am I so excited? I got to live out my dream today. I got to anchor a sports desk, 5-minute segment, talk sports. I visualized this moment for so long, and I'm adrenaline rush. That's why I'm still pumping. My name's Randy Silver. If you're a returning viewer, welcome. If you're brand new here, welcome. I go to Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting at Full Sail University. We have open studio hours. You get to learn all different positions in a sports studio, a TV studio, and today I was chosen to anchor. I've dreamt of this moment for so long, visualized it. So I'm gonna show you what it's like to be in the sports studio, create the whole segment, everything in the pre-production. I'm gonna show you my reel, how I did, and then we'll talk about it after. I normally create these preludes beforehand, but I did not know today was gonna happen, so that's why I'm doing this after. I'm so excited. I'm shaking still. I just can't wait to show you this video. Let's dive into it. You're gonna see what it's like to create a sports studio segment. Let's get it!
Step one is pre-production. We decide the roles for the day. Who's gonna be director, producer, cameraman, on-air talent, every role in the studio. Then from there, you decide who's going to create the script, the rundown, who's going to find the correct assets, and make sure everything is squared away. So we write it on the board, so we know each position. We also storyboard out the ideas we want to cover for the day, so that way we have a flow to the story that we're trying to create for a segment. We create shot sheets for the voiceovers, we create scripts for when we're talking on teleprompter, and then we put everything into Rundown Creator, so it will live here. This is where we also name the different shots we're doing, the camera angles, and everything like that. I took all the papers home as a memento. It was my first time anchoring, and two, just to be able to have as reference moving forward. Here's a script, so you can see the different cues, such as OTS kiosk, that means over the shoulder kiosk, RS is Randy Silver, VO, voiceover, RS Randy Silver, and then the words I'm reading from the teleprompter. Here's a shot sheet, so when I'm not on screen and you see the video rolling, or a picture, I can reference this because you can't see my face, and I can look down at the notes that we have. And then overall, we have the rundown. This is for the director and the producer to know the different angles of the shots, the timing in and out of graphics, of videos, of the sound coming in, everything in between. So the final production is in the studio. You have the teleprompter as the camera. When you're on camera, you're looking at the teleprompter. When you're not on camera, you can look at your shot sheet or you can look at your script. If you want to know more about being inside the studio and the in and outs of it, go watch my vlog 6 if you haven't yet. I dive into all parts of the Dan Patrick School Sportscasting studio.
Go, baby. First time coming on camera as a talent. 5 minutes. Let's get it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, fam. Let's watch this together. So I will periodically stop and talk about what I did well and where I need to improve. Let's dive into it.
Coming up on Full Sail Live, Keegan Murray is on fire to start the NBA Summer League. UFC 290 is Saturday night with two massive title fights. Featherweight title fight, Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. Flyweight title fight, Moreno versus Pantoja. Do not go anywhere. We're about to get into it.
That tease should be 15 seconds and definitely made it a little bit too long and too much information. I shouldn't say the name of the fighters in there because I'll say it later. I should tease just the fights and the significance of it to make sure that we keep the audience hooked and not give them too much information too soon.
Welcome to Full Sail Live. I'm Randy Silver. Before the NBA hosts its official Summer League with all 30 teams in Las Vegas, the Utah Jazz and Sacramento Kings each hosted a mini Summer League of their own.
Inside the conference room you saw earlier, there was a clothing rack. You may have noticed it. I grabbed a sports coat and a dress shirt from there. I wanted to make sure I looked the part on camera. Obviously, it looks a bit big here because it is. So I wanted to just make sure I fit the part, wore the attire that you should wear as a sports anchor. When I'm officially signed to be an anchor and doing my assignments throughout the school, I'll make sure to wear my own clothes that are better fitting.
4 teams participated in Salt Lake City, while 6 teams competed in Sacramento. The Kings are hosting the event, the California Classic, in their home arena, the Golden One Center. And boy, were the home fans treated to a golden performance from the star second-year player, Keegan Murray.
Even though there were 2 summer leagues, I don't need to say Salt Lake City. We're not going to talk about it anywhere, so it's unneeded information. It just confuses the viewer. I also stumble over my words a couple times. Enunciate, speak slower.
Here we go. 8:04 left in the first quarter. Keegan Murray goes to work against Jamie Jock Jr. for the 17-foot shot. Kings lead 4-0. Now we're less than a minute left in the quarter.
This was the first time I've ever used that shot sheet, so I needed to do a better job at seeing information on the sheet and looking at the video playing, so it adds up. You can see that my timing is off. I also did not write the shot sheet, so next time I should write it or I should look at it beforehand. I did not, and that's my fault, so I'm prepared for what will be coming up.
Block shot on Jocks Jr. by Murray. Murray with the three, bang! Makes the shot, gives the King the lead. Another quarter three, bang! Kings with the lead. Home fans are going wild. They love to see their Kings playing well. Murray right there putting up 41 points in the Summer League.
Maybe I say 41 points in the win, not in the Summer League. And in the Summer League, a bit awkward to say in the Summer League.
Many players will be balling in Vegas, including the number one pick from this year's NBA draft, Victor Wembanyama.
It should be Wembanyama, not Wembanyama.
The 7'3" phenom will be making his first official appearance in San Antonio Spurs jersey Friday night against the Charlotte Hornets. He'll be facing the number 2 pick in the NBA draft, Brandon Miller.
So right there, Charlotte Hornets, Brandon Miller. That's not really how you speak conversationally. I need to do a better job at just speaking Brandon Miller, Charlotte Hornets, and make it more conversational.
This highly anticipated matchup has already sold out 17,500 tickets. So let me say it one more time, 17,500 tickets for a Summer League game at the UNLV campus.
That part was good. 17,500 tickets for a Summer League game. That deserves emphasis. That deserves being recognized. And I did a good job of repeating it to make the point of how important that is.
Also this weekend in Vegas, life of the party right there, UFC 290 at T-Mobile Arena. The UFC pay-per-view culminates UFC's International Fight Week. Dana White, UFC president, always ensures a massive fight card for this event, and this year is no different.
My earpiece was falling out. This is how the production team is able to talk in your ear and give you cues and give you information if anything comes up. I cannot play with it on camera. Wait till I'm in a full screen where I'm not on camera and I can fix it, but doing it on camera is not a good look.
The 2 championship belts on the line are the featherweight and the flyweight division titles. In the featherweight division, we have Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. In the flyweight division, we have Brandon Moreno versus Alexander Pantoja.
I've said his name a million times. I know I said it wrong there. It's Alexander Volkanovski. When you're a sportscaster, you're going to be saying names from all around the world. You got to say it right.
Volk is the linear featherweight champion, putting his belt on the line against interim champion Rodriguez. Alexander the Great tried to become the 5th simultaneous 2-division champion by moving up to UFC 284 to win the lightweight belt off the current champion Islam Makhachev. He was not successful in his pursuit of becoming a champ. On the same card in Perth, Australia, the UFC hosted an interim featherweight championship fight of Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett.
So here, we're not showing the right UFC fighters for what I'm reading. That means either A, I read too slow and I had too much information and we passed it, or B, we did not create the right clips for the video where now the script and video don't add up.
Rodriguez won by a second-round submission to set up a massive featherweight unification title fight at UFC 290. In the other title fight, the Tijuana native Moreno faces an old nemesis and Pantoja. Brandon just completed his epic rivalry with the Diversion Figueiredo. They battled in 4 flyweight championship fights where Moreno prevailed, winning 3 out of 4.
So we're on video for the middleweight fight and we're not talking about it yet. So again, not adding up.
Now he faces a familiar foe and Pantoja, who holds a 2-0 record against Moreno in the UFC. If Moreno is going to retain his belt, he will need to achieve his first victory over Pantoja. And another key fight on the card, Robert Whittaker versus Du Plessis, is a #1 contender fight for the middleweight belt. The current champion Israel Adesanya has already beaten Whittaker twice, but not faced Du Plessis before. Whoever wins will most likely face Adesanya in UFC 293. This will be a banger. Lastly, former UFC champion Robbie Lawler will retire Saturday night, headlining the prelims. This fight you're seeing right here behind me, Lawler versus McDonald at UFC 189, is being inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame Friday night. The MMA community will forever remember Robbie Lawler, who was a legend of the combat sports world.
kind of make it sound like Robbie is dying or passing away or not with us anymore. So better script writing for that.
Coming up, MLB All-Star Weekend is here, marking the third time Seattle plays host to the festivities. Next, we will discuss events taking place. Then, we will discuss Corbin Carroll, who is batting .292 in his rookie season, making him an All-Star, leading his team to the first in the National League West.
So right there, I said leading his team to the first. That doesn't make sense. It's either first place, being in first, so I need to say that better.
We'll tell you all about his impact and more right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Overall, this show is supposed to be 5 minutes. That first segment went 5.5 minutes, and there's still a whole B block. So we ran super long. So that means that the highlights were too long, the script writing was too long, so we need to condense it. In the rundown, when you write the script, there's an estimated time in there, and that time is based off of the words you put in there, of how long it'll take to say the words and run that segment. I wrote the script to that time, and we went way over. So again, first time doing it, what does this mean? I need to write significantly under that, and the way that I speak or the way that we're producing, it will go over a lot of time.
MLB All-Star Weekend.
Awkward pause right there. So the camera person's supposed to give me a countdown in. That did not happen. I did not know when I was supposed to start. So again, it's a one team, one dream right there.
Where MLB's best players come together to celebrate America's pastime. Is this upcoming Monday and Tuesday in Seattle at T-Mobile Park.
T-Mobile Park sounds a little weird right there.
The events start Monday night with the Home Run Derby and then Tuesday with the All-Star Game. The Home Run Derby is always a fan favorite. Last year's winner, Juan Soto, is not competing this year to defend his title. However, two-time champion Pete Alonso is, and he's the betting favorite as you see right here. He's looking to win for a third time to match Ken Griffey Jr. And this is fitting because this is Ken Griffey Jr.'s home park, whereas number 24 is retired.
Even though it says on the screen, DraftKings Sportsbook betting odds, we have to say that on the telecast. I did not. That's my fault. So I need to make sure to say that moving forward. Also here on the screen, you see Alonso's foot is covering Julio's name or vice versa. That needs to be cleaned up so that way the picture is smaller and Julio's name is not being blurred by that.
Baseball is having its Summer Classic on Tuesday, the 11th of June in Seattle, the next day. Although both leagues take part, the National League has not won the Classic since 2012. 10 years! Woohoo! But Derek Jeter was still around playing baseball then. Barack Obama was still your president at that time.
Is Barack Obama the right person to put in there? Could we use a different event? Again, comes down to script writing.
The NL brings a lot of firepower with likes of Freddie Freeman.
Even if I make a mistake, I can't touch my chest. You hear the mic right there get fumbled. Not good. Mic is very sensitive. In addition, I'm playing with the papers a bit. It's ruffling throughout the microphone. You can hear it. So something I need to be aware of moving forward is that I need to put the papers down and flip them versus holding them in my hand.
Ronald Acuna Jr. and the stud right-hander Marcus Stroman. The AL is no joke right now, with big names such as Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and Nathan Eovaldi preparing to show out. This game will be nothing short of spectacular. Surprise, surprise, D-backs are coming. And Corbin Carroll is playing for keeps. He was voted National League Player of the Week in the month of June.
Right there, that was awkward script writing, and that's why it was awkward for me to say.
His batting average over that span was .500 with 6 extra base hits during the D-backs undefeated road trip. The youngster put the MLB on notice. The D-backs are for real. They're beating the Dodgers right now. It's wild. No one expected that.
We talked about an all-star player, but we talked more about the team and the script. It's not a good cohesive story there.
You can watch the Home Run Derby at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday night and the All-Star Game Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. What a weekend of sports. Join us next week and we will recap the Summer League, the UFC, and the MLB highlights. For Full Sail Live, my name is Randy Silver. See you then.
Don't need to say on Fox if we don't work for Fox. We don't want to plug somebody else. 2, I think that was a pretty good ending, but you saw right there at the very end, I went monotone face and then smiled. I need to go straight to the smile because then it comes off a bit awkward. When we're done, we talk about what worked and didn't work for each individual, for us as a collective team, from pre-production to live television, talk about what we learned for the day. peers give each other feedback so we all can learn and grow. It's really important, and this helps me as someone new, of course, learn how I can become better.
Two weeks in the program, already at the sports desk doing a 5-minute anchor when I haven't learned those skills yet in terms of the classes that they give you, vocalization, script writing, speech, etc. I'm very happy. I have a baseline, so I know when I go through the classes and I get more opportunity to speak in front of the camera as on-air talent, I will see the improvement. In 20 months, I won't even recognize that person anymore. I'm shaking because I'm so excited with adrenaline. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't having anxiety. I wasn't feeling pressure. I've dreamt of this moment for so long. I dreamt of being at the sports desk, talking sports. So I relish the moment, live up to the moment. The hype is real, let's get it. What we did wrong, I made the script way too long. It should have been much shorter. We ran 6.5 minutes and we only were supposed to be live at 5. So I know next time I need to concise my script. I need to make sure it's more bullet points, less overarching facts. I put too much information in there. As a result, we went too long. So that's on me. I'll get better at that. Couple things, speaking on camera, is my posture correct? Double saying words, making sure I'm looking at the right camera, making sure I emphasize the words correctly, making sure I pronounce people's names right. So much to work on. I will get better, and I'm great. I'm gonna be great. Today was a 2 out of 10. So much room to improve. There's no way I should have been 10 out of 10, or else why am I in the program, of course. But I'm so happy. This was exactly what I wanted to do. This was exactly what I wanted to do. This is exactly what I wanted to do. I've had so much fun the past 2 weeks getting ready to this moment, working all other aspects of the studio, and now that was my chance, and I took it. I'm gonna say yes every time I get to go on camera because that's what I want to do. Visualization, talk into existence. I hope you liked today's video. It gave you great insight into what it takes to create a TV segment. This was only 5 minutes. Normally, obviously, SportsCenter is an hour, other local news are 30 minutes, so this is done on the back end for all shows, and we have no idea about, and I'm learning so much, and I see TV now in a different insight after being in it for a couple weeks, and I'm going to continue to get better. And hopefully, you want to stay on this journey with me. If you do, please like and subscribe so you can understand what it's like to be at Dan Patrick, what it's like to be in sportscasting, if you want to break into either, be at Full Sail, or if you just want to follow me on my journey to become a sportscaster, see me achieve my dreams, and if you want to use that inspiration to achieve your dreams, I'm here for you. My name's Randy Silver. Appreciate y'all. Next week, I'll see y'all. We out.